Well, hello, and welcome to part 3 of Simo's Guide to Godhome. Today we're focusing on Pantheon 3, the Pantheon of the Sage. So once the save file boots up, we'll jump straight into it. So I'm going to start by showing you the charms. This time I actually do recommend using the same build as me. So we've got Unbreakable Strength, Shaman Stone, Quick Slash, Grub Song, and Dream Wielder. Normally I say you could switch out Dream Wielder for Nail Master's Glory if you like using nail arts, but we're actually going to be really abusing the quick soul gain from it. So this time I really do actually recommend Dream Wielder on the build. So we start with Hive Knight, and we're just going to get in his face and try and get as many nail hits on him as possible. If he goes there, we try and pogo him. If he goes above with that attack, and we can dive if we have the soul. Now when he summons the 3 spike balls, he will always jump, so you can shriek for massive damage. But really it's just staying in on him and getting as much damage in as possible. And there, unfortunately with the timing of his death, I had to dodge all of the bees, so I couldn't heal. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. Now on to Elder Who, we're just going to try and get as many nail hits as possible. Unfortunately in this fight he teleported away a lot. When he teleports away, if you sort of just stay on the left hand side like that, it should bait him into spawning on the right hand side, and you can just shoot a fireball at him for a quick double hit. Yeah, the RNG on this was horrible. If he doesn't spam that attack, you can pretty much just stay beneath him like this and just keep slapping him and he dies pretty quick. Now we're moving on to Collector. The first thing you're going to want to do here is hold right, because if you hold right and start walking and then dash, you can skip his scream and just slap him for heaps of damage. So here we get a stagger before the fight's even started, get some soul off him. When he jumps above you, it's a really good idea to shriek for damage and just sort of kill the bugs as they spawn in, so you're only having to deal with him. And then at this point, I'm really trying to keep my health topped up. You'll see why soon, because this is where I'm really going to start thinking about my soul conservation. So I like to start God Tamer with a Cyclone Slash to farm some soul off the God Tamer and her beast. Now with this I try and pogo above him and dive when it's convenient. I stuffed up there, but normally I would sort of dive a bit earlier so I get iframes and damage when he's invincible, and then jump back on top when he respawns in. The reason is I want to go in full health for Grim and decent soul. So at the start of this Grim fight, we're going to Dream Nail as much as we can to try and farm up to full soul. So we wait a second, because he's not able to be Dream Nailed until he starts his bow. Now we're not using any of the soul, we're just dodging his attacks and hitting him with the nail as much as possible, because we want to have full soul when he goes into the pufferfish phase, which is when he's in the middle and he's spouting all the balloon phase here. Because we're just going to stand below him and we're going to spam the hell out of these shrieks, because it's massive damage. Grub Song means that whenever we get hit, we get soul back, so here I actually jump into him for intentional damage because he's dead. Grim is a joke like this. As long as you're full health and full soul, it's completely free the moment you get the pufferfish. So now I do take some time just to get full soul and health back, because obviously I was face tanking, and the rest of this Pantheon is pretty much going to be the Pantheon of the face tank. So with Galleon here, we're just going to try and stay beneath him and hit him as much as possible. I didn't actually have a very good Galleon fight at all, to be honest. It could have been a lot better. If it gets too high, I probably should have shrieked. I decided not to for some reason, but as you can see, if we just consistently up slash him, he's down. Now going into Grey Prince Zote. If you didn't rescue Zote and do the Zote stuff, obviously he won't be in your Pantheon 3, but I just put him in because I like fighting Zote. So Dream Nail at the start to get some extra soul, and again, this is one where I'm going to try and just stay on him and get as many nail hits as possible, because it's just quick damage, and just sort of try not to get hit, dodge underneath him. I take the opportunity on the staggers to try and get myself back to full. You can easily get one heal. You can risk 2, but sometimes you do end up getting hit straight away. When he summons the annoying ghosts, if one's next to you, just diving will kill it and get rid of it immediately. And he never actually did the thing where he teleports through the ground to the top of the screen, but if he does in this fight, but if he does do that, you can dive as he drops on you, then stand next to him and shriek, and it's just a ton of damage. So that's what I would recommend. Going into Umu, now I'm going to actually go up the top and position myself in a very specific platform, which is this one here, because when Umu spawns in, you can Dream Nail him for soul and keep him under control. Now, you're hoping for him to spawn the jellyfish straight away. Unfortunately, he decided to be a pain. So, now that he hasn't spawned the jellyfish straight away, I'm trying to lure him down the bottom, so when the other jellyfish do spawn, he'll be closer to them, which means we can damage him sooner. So right now, he spawns in the jellyfish, and the trick with these is you want to make sure that when you hit them, they're pretty much going to go straight into Umu, so that you don't have to deal with them flying at you. And so there I fireballed because that was the best strat. Now here I actually try to do the same thing, but if you throw a jelly into Umu as he's summoning more jellies, it doesn't hurt him. So that was a bit unfortunate. But as you can see here, I'm lining it up so that it just flies straight into him and he's dead. Now we're not done because I actually go and maneuver around this one to Dream Nail Soul back, because you can still get soul off these at the end of the fight. For Hornet, we're just going to face tank. Get in her face, slap her, do not relent. If you want to be a bit more careful, you can dodge her attacks, just dash away when she does something horrible. And there you can shriek after the stagger, because after the stagger, she's always going to jump at you. But as you can see, I really did not give a stuff here. Now, the reason is I'm very confident on Sly. So we're just going to heal up. And then on Sly, we're actually just going to, with the quick slash strength combo, face tank again. It is surprisingly safe. So literally we just get in his face and we go ham. So if he goes above like this, I get out of the way and I throw a fireball for extra damage, but mostly it's just going to be hitting him. The only time we really want to think about dodging is if he goes for the Great Slash, because the Great Slash is 2 masks of damage. And when he's staggered, there I stuffed it up. With the Great Slash, you kind of want to jump and try and dash over him as he slashes at you, so it just misses, and if it does hit you, you're shade cloaking through it anyway. So as you can see, we just get in his face, heal up only once, because you'll only get 1 heal between the phase transition. Now here I played it a little safe and sort of just stayed still and then dashed away to get some hits off. Normally I just do this and get in his face and get extra hits, which you'll see that after a couple of passes, that's what I decided to do, because I kind of know that he's going to die right now. The thing with the spinning blade phase is that he is trying to psych you out. If he is not paused right beside you, you're not going to get attacked. And here we got a 638, which I'm not terribly happy with. Oh, 637. My best ever time is a 558, but I don't think I'll match that very easily. But yeah, that was Pantheon 3. Hope this really helps, and we will move on to Pantheon 4 next. Goodbye.